Hello, I'm Zodiac. I'm going to be talking about Marvel Rivals today, specifically Dive, and how it works and how you can implement it into your games and the outcomes of it, as well as some advanced tips by the end of this video. At my peak of Grandmaster 2, I was a top 10% player overall and a top 5% of dive mans. Hero shooters traditionally go by a set standard of dive, poke, and brawl, and each of them counter each other. Dive counters poke, poke counters brawl, and brawl counters dive. Now, there's poke characters, like Hela and Hawkeye, and then there's dive characters, like Panther specifically in this video, and Spider-Man, and then there's brawl characters, like Thing or Magic. There are also hybrids, but to keep it simple, that's what we're going to go with for this video, specifically Black Panther. Don't get me wrong, I understand if not everybody wants to learn how to dive, but it is important that you understand it to be able to work with it as well as counter it in the future when it happens in your games. Your target priority as a diver should look like this. Your primary target is a strategist, your secondary target is a DPS, and your third and last target should be a tank. If there's absolutely nothing else to do, instead of going for tanks, usually you want to reposition and set up for the next team fight. In order of importance, these are the things you need to think about at the time you're about to go into a dive. Your exit. Where are you going to go? How are you going to get out of there? Your entrance. How are you going to start the dive? And timing. When do I dive? First off, you want to look for an exit. Whenever I do this dive, how am I going to get out? Secondary, you need to know how you're going to approach it. Is it best to go at it from high ground? Usually, but sometimes it's more warranted to go at it from a medium ground or base level. And last, how do I time it properly so that way my dive isn't wasted and I'm not sitting there spectating my teammate in a couple seconds? Here's a clip of a perfect dive. Here, I immediately take high ground with my map knowledge, going over this choke point and flanking around to the left side. What does this do? This stops the healers down below from being able to see me on my flank. Keep in mind while on my way over here, I already was thinking in my head, based on the trajectory I know that my dash would go, my possible exit strategies. I know I could go on the top left through the window, but that would be risky because I'd be in the main line. So instead, I go to the bottom, underneath me through the building circling out to the health pack. Notice how I abuse the third person camera angle to make sure the mantis doesn't see me when initiating my dive. I use the run up the wall to get a little bit of a height, and then I use the chasm combo to one-shot their Loki and immediately get out of there. Due to how perfect I set up this dive, I was even able to one-shot their Loki fast enough without their mantis even being able to turn around and understand what happened.
My anger is healthy.
Yeah, okay, Zodiac, that's cool, but what does that do? Well, you'll see right here that they no longer have the same sustain that the supports had originally. So they lose that team fight, allowing us to push in and capture this objective due to my dive. With good mechanics, good target acquisition, initiation, and exit, you'll almost be guaranteed a perfect dive every single time. With multiple perfect dives throughout a game, if your team capitalizes on it, it's virtually impossible for you to lose.
You're good.
Anyone willing to help?
God damn it, you took it from me.
Now, before we get crazy, we gotta talk about some counters. Namor, Scarlet Witch, and, of course, the Thing. Anyways, here's the start of advanced tips. Bait out cooldowns. In this clip, I use my audio cues to try to hear for cooldowns. I hear a Cloak and Dagger, I hear a Luna throw her freeze so I know she doesn't have it anymore, and I see Cloak use her blunt so I use that to one-shot her.
I'm hurt.
Guide my spear!
Not only do you have to be careful of enemy support CCs or stuns, you also have to be careful of enemy counter divers abilities as well. Like, in this clip, I make sure that the Namor uses his bubble, I audibly hear it, and he ulted the moment prior, so I know he has no tools right now to kill me. After that, I immediately dive their supports.
Friends. Friends, gather around.
My aim is true. Tremble before bow!
There it is. To me, those were the very basics and some minor advanced tips into the world of diving in Marvel Rivals and hero shooters in general. I think it applies to most games like Overwatch and such. But thank you for the support I've been getting. Thank you for the comments and the likes and the subscriptions. And I hope everyone is doing well. And thank you for watching. I don't often say this, but like, comment, subscribe, and I will continue to make these videos. Have a good one.